what's going on? It's the Petrol List.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy Dalton from the Petrol List, and it's your Monday video. What's going on? Not much. So I want to react to the thing that everybody seems to be reacting to right now, and that is Lando Norris' statement on his bro, Max Verstappen. He said, if you want to go up against one of the best drivers in the world, it's not the best idea. It's not the smart thing to do. Did I quote that? I don't know if I quoted it exactly, but that's kind of what he said. Now, I had to watch the whole thing. It's a segment of an interview that was like 1 minute and 14 seconds long. And I have actually quite the opposite response to that, as a whole bunch of people did. Because I think he was just kind of being honest and straightforward. And it's a very complex thing. And he set the stage for the complexity, and people just kind of plucked that one piece. So let's rewind a little bit. He said, I think it's a longer discussion. I think those are wise words. Those are words that can be applied to a whole bunch of content, to a whole bunch of scandals, to a whole bunch of choices and decisions that people are making, that governments are making, all that kind of stuff. But I do think it is a longer discussion. He went on to say, is he one of the best drivers ever in Formula One? Absolutely. I think he's proved that enough. Is he one of the best? I guess by winning a championship, I guess that actually quantifies you as one of the best. So yeah, I think I would agree with that. He's comfortable in his team, and things are built up around him. And I'm saying, including the car. Having a car and a team that is completely in support of you as a driver gives you just maximum confidence. Here's a very quick story. I play a lot of sim racing, and it's one of my favorite pastimes. I do it a lot more than I care to admit. And so when I went to another facility, not my little home office area, and saw that there was a sim rig set up, and it had better pedals, it had the 3 screen. I'm using an old Oculus VR headset, so it had 3 screens. It had a nice direct drive steering wheel. The feedback was great. The pedals were upgraded. I'm using an old Logitech entry-level thing that I pulled off my Xbox One when I finally got a PC. So I'm like, okay, better rig on a track, in a car, and a game that I'm used to. I'm going to slay this. Well, the first 2 guys, it was 3 of us, the first 2 guys who went, they set better lap times than I did. And after about 5-10 minutes of trying, I gave up. Because I was setting a lot slower lap times. I was so bothered by that I came home to my rig just to make sure that I still had driving skills. And I set a faster lap time than the guys in the rig, in that better rig. But the thing is, my rig is set up for me. My pedals are stiffer. The steering wheel feel, I'm very familiar with that. And so I was able to set a much better time in a much crappier setup because I was familiar with it. Imagine a whole, multi-million-dollar team who is working essentially to make you as comfortable as possible so you can go fast. Imagine being the newbie on that team. And imagine the person you're going up against is one of the best drivers ever in Formula One, and he's comfortable. Would you want to do that? No, I'd rather stay on my team. I'd rather stay and do the work and try to get my car faster, because guess what? I think if his McLaren was as fast as the Red Bull, yeah, you'd see some battles. Do I think Piastri, given a couple of years, might be a little bit faster than Norris? Yeah, sure, but that's a whole different conversation. Right now we're talking about Norris in that statement, and I think the only mistake that Norris did in that whole sequence of events was being a little bit too honest and a little bit too obvious with this statement, saying that it wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. I actually agree. It wouldn't be the smartest thing to do. Because if you go into a team that isn't fully in support of you, you'll go to that team. You will have been a good driver. You'll go to that team and get chewed up and spit out, and it will be a career ender. Look at what's happened to Ricardo. Look at what's happening to Perez. Look at what almost happened to Albon. I think it was Albon. I think he was with Red Bull for a minute. It's not a smart idea. And I think he was a little bit too honest, and maybe he was a little bit too complimentary to Verstappen, because people want to hear, "Oh, I would definitely beat him." I don't know if that's the case. I don't know if that's the truth. And like I said, I think Lando was being a little bit too honest. Now, I do want to read a couple of the comments that people said responding to him. How sad of a life as an F1 driver he must have if his reason to re-sign with his current team is that he doesn't want to face the best driver in the world in the same team. Somebody else said, explains why he never defends aggressively or attacks his mate Max. He's afraid. Another one, ha 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 ha. He basically admitted he's scared to go up against Max. He didn't admit that he's scared to go up against Max. He just proved that he understands the logistics of trying to win races. So I think a lot of people could, stand to calm down, because it's not really news, is it? Some other news that it is news. It is news. In 2026, the Barcelona track is going to be replaced by the track in Madrid, which is going to be a street track. I know that Formula One is moving from the traditional tracks to street tracks. When I first heard about the Las Vegas Grand Prix, I was like, another, a street track? This is going to be crap. But guess what? It turned out to be one of the best races of last year. I was completely wrong about the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Sure, was it a bit of a spectacle? Yeah. But that wasn't the track's fault. The racing on the track was actually quite good. So all that is to say is I don't know what the Madrid track is going to be like. It could be awesome. It could be like Vegas, which was very cool. And guess what? There are some legacy tracks that don't provide the best racing. Monaco is one of them. Imola, a purpose-built track, is one of them. And it's not necessarily to do with the track, but it's as the cars evolve, they do better or worse on different tracks. It's just the characteristics. Do they blend well? So I got to give Formula One the benefit of the doubt that they know what cars are going to be coming up in 2026, and they know what kind of tracks are going to be good for that. And I will make my judgment call after I see that race. Sadly, it's going to be like 2 years before I see that race, but I don't know. I think in the 24-hour news cycle, it's very difficult because we all have to make content. We all want to watch content. Me personally, I can't wait for testing to start, for car reveals to start, and specifically for the racing to start, to have something proper to react to. Do you remember that scandal? What was it? Insider info with Toto Wolff and his wife? Yeah, me either. Because guess what? Nothing happened. When it does happen, I will definitely be here to report on it. But until then, I think, just relax. That's what I plan to do. I'm still going to make some videos, but yeah, I think it is a longer discussion. I'm out.